Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Betrayal at Krondor. Just a couple notes. Number one, even though James's lockpick is at 100, because he's using items to get it up there, his skill will still go up, because I got a point out of it despite having this. Also, I have these two broadswords with number one bless types, and I got those from this chest at the end of the path. What am I running into? The hill. So when I was coming back here, I noticed that there was this chest here, and I was wondering if it was one of the ones that I opened. Nope. Nope. We just got moved after the fight, so... yeah. It's kind of neat. I mean, they're no good for me right now. Let's see what this says as we continue up this way. Sloop! Not seeing anything out that way. Alright, let's see. Those appear to be the only buildings. Private residence, Owen said. I'm not sure if anyone is about or not. Doesn't seem that anyone's about there. Standing in front of the wooden door, James paused to marvel at the construction of the house. Unlike many such houses, this one had apparently been built quite soundly, and out of good materials. He knocked on the solidly built door. A moment later, a large man appeared in the doorway, his sandy-colored hair dancing around on his head thanks to a gentle breeze. "You fellas come about a house? No one builds 'em better," he said proudly. James took a step back. "We were just admiring the fine job you did. Very nice work. Unfortunately, we're just passing through." They talked to the man for a few minutes, discovered there was a temple on the other side of town, then left. Ah, there it is. Private residence. A pretty woman of about 30 answered James's knock. She came to the door holding a leather-bound book. Looking past her into the house, James could see 4 or 5 children of various ages. "I'm afraid you gentlemen are a little old for my classes," she said. Yes. Okay then. Well, we won't disturb you any further. Goodbye, miss." After the door closed, James turned to Owen and said, "Don't give me that look. Teachers always make me nervous." Now we got a shop of some kind. Gallowlee's Jewels. The lay of the goods store was comfortably familiar, arranged in such a common-sense fashion that it took only a few moments for James to locate the items which interested him. Alright. I already sold these things. I'm pretty sure I still got better prices back at Nia's. You can see I'm up to almost 4,000 gold now. I am on the lookout for someone who will have better armor and stuff like that at this point. I don't know that I need any keys. I could run all the way back to some earlier spots, and I may do that after this recording session, but I don't know. We'll see. Private residence. "The place is abandoned," Gorth said, looking around the room. "Maybe the occupants left something behind we can use. Let's have a look." 127 gold coins? Now I am over 4,000. Sounds good to me. Oh, hey, there's more houses over this way, too. Alright, into the temple we go. Oh. Looks like this used to be a temple of some kind, he said. But it would appear this place was abandoned some time ago. Oh. Huh. No idea who that temple is to. Private residence. The house was obviously deserted. Still, James thought it would be a good idea to knock. No sooner had his knuckles touched the wood than the door swung open freely. He blinked several times as his eyes adjusted to the murky darkness. Doesn't seem to be anything. Suddenly, a scrawny ball of fur exploded out of the house, raking Owen painfully across the face. "Damnation! Cat must have been trapped in there for days." He caught his breath, then went over to check on Owen's injury. I'm not sure if he actually got injured or not. Probably did, though. Right. I mean, we freed the kitty. Should be happy. Alright, tavern. Let's avoid that for the moment. Another private residence. The front door of the small house held a crudely made sign which read, "Unusual items for sale." James knocked and waited for someone to answer the door. A tall, shadowy man appeared and ushered them into the house. I will point out that this clearly indicates that they use English here, because you wouldn't put the numeral 4. Like, I mean, it's just coincidence that the numeral 4 and 4, F-O-R, are homonyms in English today. It's just coincidence. A tall, shadowy man appeared and ushered them into the house. "You come to buy something, yes?" he asked through crooked yellow teeth. "I guess that depends on what you're selling for—" Oh, that's Owen. "I guess that depends on what you're selling, friend," Owen replied. They followed the man into a large wooden table. It was covered with about a dozen items, mostly junk, but one caught James's eye. "Tell me about this piece. Where did you get it?" he asked, picking up a broken medallion that looked as though it had been stepped on more than once. The man eyed them nervously. "I found it around here somewhere. Would you like to buy it?" He made a half-hearted sales pitch, then seemed almost relieved when his offer was rejected, and he was told they had to leave. Turning to Owen, James said, "Did you notice the Nighthawk emblem on that medallion? I would say there definitely are, or were, Nighthawks in this area." Alright, let's go into the tavern. James could smell alcohol. Pushing the door of the shop open, he was met by a sharp-faced fellow who was carrying a wooden keg. Quickly dumping it with a pile of other casks, he wiped his hands off on a towel, then extended his hand. "Harlan," he said, "I am the brewmaster around here when I'm not hauling things about." "And where exactly is here?" James replied. "This is the Upturned Keg. We're the best brewery this side of the Romney." "The Romney?" "Would you care to sample some of our stock? We make a dandy apple wine," the proprietor said. "I can have some decanted for you." Refusing as politely as he knew how, James shook his head. "We have to keep our heads about us," he said. "We've a long road ahead, and there's been some trouble around, or so I hear. We'll leave you to get back to your business." Okay. Well, that is Sloop. That is indeed Sloop. Now that takes us out here, though. There might be something down here. Alright, there's a hole. 12 arrows. And a 44 value ruby. Let's see, you got 21 arrows. I'm just going to use these on those right now. You can have all of those. There we go. That clears up some inventory space. Okay, that appears to be it down there. It is getting to be nighttime, so let's go ahead and camp out. We've got another building up here. Let's go ahead and bookmark before we do anything with it. James pushed the door open. "This place is abandoned," Gorth said, looking around the room. "Maybe the occupants left something behind we can use. Let's have a look." Well, 11 silver coins and a really, really bad sword. Okay. I used some of the items on my weapons and armor as well for the next fight that we get into. Uncheck those, check weapon craft, and let's see, how good can we make it? 77. It's not bad. Weapon craft did not go up, however, much to my disappointment. Not seeing much around here. Got another path off that way, and another building. Looks like there's another building at the end of this path. Let's see what we got over here. That is a private residence. There was something very strange about the house. James couldn't put his finger on it, but the house had a dreamlike feel. Or was it a nightmare? He barely remembered knocking on the door, but he was sure no one had answered. Very suspicious. Might not be anything that we can do with that yet. And there's an inn. Okay, there's Nia again. The Nameless Hideaway. Except for a thin strip of floor that led between the door, the counter, and the stairs, a gray cowl of dust coated the inn's fixtures. The patrons of the inn seemed similarly stagnant as they glanced up lazily from their mugs of ale and brandy. So, barmaid, we got a person there, we can bard. Speak to the barmaid. Expensive rations. Let's get on to barding. Might as well get some more cash. $42 sovereigns. Very nice. Alright, how about you? He seemed glad to have the company. Looking around nervously, the man appeared concerned his actions would be observed. After hesitating for a few minutes, he bent closer to whisper in James' ear. What would you fellas know about the Guild of Assassins? Chilled as if the blood in his veins had suddenly turned to ice, James regarded the man with a stern look. Why, are you looking to have someone killed? No, the man said, shaking his head emphatically. I want to save someone, myself. I see. Why would the Nighthawks be after you? I halted one of their assassinations not long ago, the man said. When I saw 3 of them were about to pounce on a friend of mine, I called out and forced them into a straight fight. Right away, we ran through one assassin while his 2 friends fled, but the fellow we ran through got up again. James's eyes widened, knowing immediately what the man had faced. They're called Black Slayers, he explained. They're a Nighthawk that's nearly impossible to kill. If this assassin wanted you dead, why didn't he kill you then? I don't know, but he seemed to be concerned that one of us was a magician, the man replied. I don't know what gave him that idea, but he shouted something about not going to his final rest and for us to keep the sorcerer away from him. Interesting. What about you, sir? Glancing up from the business of cleaning his fingernails. That's a nice knife. Alright, that's a guy that we haven't seen before. How much is he in? 3 sovereigns. I will pay. Alright. Party's barding ability is increased. Not too shabby in terms of, well, not your barding ability. Certainly not yours. Yours has. How was it the party's then? Yeah, that wasn't 44 before. I don't know. Whatever. There's a bridge over there. And here we have Romney. And I believe if we go up this way... Owen was whistling. Suddenly aware his traveling companion had grown irrepressibly cheerful over the last few miles, James turned and favored the squire with an inquisitive stare. Why the sudden lift in your spirits? Unless I'm mistaken, we're heading towards my uncle Corvallis' estate in Caval Keep. Assuming we keep heading this way. We are going that direction, aren't we? Nope. Not yet. Alright, that is... James swallowed hard. With his heart pounding in his chest, he watched the enemy creep closer. Fighting the urge to turn around and run like hell, he forced himself to remain calm, forced himself to show no fear, despite the feelings of near panic that threatened to overwhelm him. Alright, so we got some Quagian pirates. Yeah, I really need to get your melee up. Slide over and stab you. Oh, to death. Nice. What is your accuracy casting? 97. Yeah, I still need to get this up. Once it's at 100, then I don't, I won't really care what I'm casting too much. Let's go for you. Pew! Slide on over and crush you to death. I'm not sure you guys knew what you were getting into. Very, very nice. I don't think that I can hit the other guy with the flames, so let's just give him a good shock. Why not? Dink. Skill, luck, or perhaps the enchantments on our weapons. I got no skills out of that whatsoever. Keep hitting the wrong button. Yeah, the enchantments on our weapons have gone away. The enchantments on Gorath's armor have not. Let's go ahead and put a new one on that. Go ahead and put a new one on that. Just kind of using it because I can. I mean, I might as well. Put that back on your armor. I mean, they've been sitting around. If I really want more, I can always go buy more. Ooh, elven quarrels. All right, that's pretty good. All right, 3 restoratives. You can take those. Got a quality 2. Alright, that would actually be not too shabby. I cannot repair that anymore. 1 healing powder. Go ahead and take that. 6 gold coins. Pretty good. Unfortunately, we are well and truly full up on stuff for the most part. Let's see what I can take. Nothing. Well, let's go ahead and give this back to you since I didn't end up using that. I was going to, and I forgot. So I can get a sword there. I cannot get a sword there. I'd be able to get more if I could use up that, some of the stuff, but, So this way we can get 2 swords. actually free up some space for that. Let's go ahead and leave that there for the moment. Grab you back. One of these guys had a whetstone on him. There we go, with very little uses left. Should go ahead and leave that. Take this one. Okay. Do I have anything else that I can combine or merge or use? I don't think so. I think I'm basically... Oh, James's weaponcraft ability increased at least. I can pick up the quarrels, but I might as well leave them for the last because I'm going to keep them. Yeah, there's nothing that's size 1. Alright. Well, I'll be running back to Nia's to sell this stuff, but we do have Romney here. The way ahead was blocked. From among the men who were guarding the bridge, a man stepped forward to confront them. Mitchell Waylander.
Do you have a Glazers Guild seal? I'll have to see one before I can let you across the bridge. We're trying to prevent a full-scale guild war here, and we have to make sure that no unfavorables show up. It's just a formality until we can get things settled down here again.
Guild war? What do you mean?
There was an uprising here. It lasted for several months. The River Pullers Guild took charge of the other labor guilds and surrounded Romney. The Crafts guilds tried to fight their way out, and it seemed a losing battle until the King's men came up from Bastira. They managed to pacify the River Pullers' leader. The Duke of Romney's kept it from getting worse, but I can't guarantee how much longer he'll be able. It will probably be a while before we open up the roads to the general populace.
Can the townspeople come and go at will?
We've restricted visitors from the outside, not imprison the citizens. Any townsperson can come and go at their leisure.
I assume the same may be said of your guests. May the men of the King's company come out and play? We have business with them.
I would be happy to help you, but I'm not entirely certain I would know how to contact them. They are hard to get into... one place, and I'm not sure that I've met their leader. They are a rather untrusting pack of men.
They would have to be. When you're tracking assassins, you have to be craftier and a little less moral than your prey. Well, I don't know about that. So, where would I go to get one of these seals?
It's not that easy. There's a group near Silden that have been petitioning for membership for some time now. But they're an unruly bunch and can't find anyone to sponsor them.
But if I present a seal, you will step aside with no questions asked?
Well, not with no questions asked, but it would show that someone from the guild was vouching for you.
Enough, Reeve. We will come back. In the interim, please deliver a message to the King's men from Bastira that 3 men will be here soon to visit with them concerning a nocturnal bird that kills at night. They will understand what the message means.
Oh, see, I understand the message entirely. You're talking about Nighthawks. I get it. You did just mention assassins. What do you take me for, a ninny?
Alright, so I purposely did not pick up one of the Glazer seals because I was pretty sure I'd need to be running back and forth to like buy and sell stuff. So we'll pick one up. Groth needs rest. We did see them though, so... They're in, what's-his-name's barn. The guy who, digs up graves. It's a terrible, terrible thing what he's doing. Should be leaving that for us, the professionals. This is quite a long trip, and it does take multiple days. But considering that I can also get food from her at relatively cheap, like one item that I sell her is worth most of the food that I'll use up going back and forth. Maybe 2. Alright, in we go. Nine sovereigns, 5 royals. Sounds good. This is quality 44. How much is that? 174 sovereigns. Sounds pretty good as well. 6 sovereigns, 1 royal. Yeah, I mean, she sells stuff for really good prices. Do I care about these? I don't know. Can't decide. I could always come back. Well, if it doesn't show up in the shop, then I wouldn't be able to, but... Could sell these extra poison bolts. It is 11 sovereigns. You know what? That's fine. We've been able to get a fair number. Let's see. Dragon's Breath and Eyes of Ishap. Both of those are for sale elsewhere. I think I'll just sell them. Oh, she won't buy them. Okay. That works. That works too. You know what? Let's just put that on the armor since you don't get into combat very often. That's about all that I can sell to her, right? Yeah. Alright, we'll go grab one of those glazer seals as well. On the way back. Even though I will probably need to... Just get off the road then. There are 4. I believe we only need 1. Let's give it to you. Alright. And let's see if... Nope, Max is not back. Alright, well, I think I'll call this an episode. When we come back next time, I will have sold off everything. We'll be ready to go into Romney, and, well, really, end the chapter, I think. I'll take a look to see if there's any side quest stuff that I really want to, you know, do before ending the chapter, but I think most of it can be done in Chapter 3 as well, so I'm not too concerned about that. Anyway, I will see you guys next time.